G'day DIY legends. Well, today we're going to look at what's called a buttress pool, and it's there because for people who want to get their pools out of the ground more than 300 mil, particularly a fiberglass pool, generally they can't do it unless you have what's called buttressing. And the buttressing's job is to stop this pool wall from bowing out under the pressure of the water from the other side of the pool and keep the wall nice and straight. So what is a buttress and how do they actually make it? You can see here that it's actually made from plywood, which means to create each or build each one of those buttresses, it has to be manually shaped up at the factory. Once the pool's actually then been built, they're attached to the outside of the existing shell and then fiberglassed over to give the buttress the strength it needs to be able to actually do its job. So you can see it looks exactly the same as the rest of the pool. Wouldn't be quite as strong, but they're certainly very strong, and this is what they look like. So they're spaced in this pool about just under every meter, and that's then going to hold that pool wall in place if it's not completely backfilled. So how this works is, as they are here, you can see this opening. Well, that's if you did want to put any fill, dirt into them to provide additional strength. So ordinarily, anything up to about 50% of the depth of the pool could be out of the ground without putting any fill in here. But if you are over 50%, then you need to put or fill them with earth to provide the structural strength for the entire pool. And so that's how they work. That's the easiest part of buttressing. So let's have a look at everything else. It's a 4.5 meter and it's set up absolutely brilliantly. It's got everything you could possibly need. So what we're looking at here is the return or the suction points for the spar jets that have been fitted to the pool, and this is what it looks like, and this is the beauty of buttressing. So this pool, this whole section here is going to be out of the ground and the bottom half will be in the ground. So how do we solve things like spar jets? Well, if you look here, the spar jets are fitted. This is your water feed line, this is your air venturi sitting here. And what we came up with the manufacturer was actually to put some tubing in between each buttress, so this maintains the structural strength, and then feed the spar lines all the way through, all the way up to the venturi. And here's what it looks like on the other side. So here's your venturi, and then you've got your 4 spar jets, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. But it means that if anything was coming on the outside here, in terms of where the pool's going to be fitted and set up, then no damage to these spar lines. The other thing you might notice, if we come in closely here, is these holes all the way along the bench seat. So they're called an air manifold, and what they do is blow pressured air out through the manifold. So what we're going to do with this customer, or what the customer is going to be doing, is fitting an air blower onto this. That then pushes pressured air all the way along out of these holes, and you've effectively got a bubbling spar bath. Now this colour here that you're looking at is Marble Tech Alabaster. Reason why it looks all lumpy, it looks like it's got pimples, that's the non-slip finish. The non-slip finish is on any of the flat surfaces here for safety. It's an absolutely beautiful colour. And this is the return jet, so standard return jets to your pool where your filtered chlorinated water is going to come back to the pool. Now let's have a look about where this pool is going to go. What an incredible spot right on the water here. But that water is the reason why this pool is getting buttressed, because the water table is so high, that's as deep as the excavation can go. So what will happen is the pool will be put into this area, and the bottom half of the pool is going to be backfilled normally as a normal pool would. But the top half is going to be exposed, and that's going to allow a deck to be built up around the pool. You can use this on a sloping block. You can use this if you just want to put a pool in and have a deck around it, or if you've got a high water table like this particular pool. So if you could imagine looking at the pool again here, that bottom half is completely in the ground and backfilled, and then the top half is what's going to be completely exposed out of the ground. Now buttressing, it's not the cheapest option by any means, but it is the option that is going to give you a long-term structurally sound solution to have a fiberglass pool at least 50% out of the ground. You still get all of the benefits of a fiberglass pool in that it's lightweight and it's easy to crane in. You can fit spar jets. It's got a smooth gel coat finish. This is the Whitsunday 4.5, so you have a bench seat, it has a shallow end, and it has a deep end. There's lots of other alternatives out there for pools that are above the ground, like vinyl liner pools, fantastic option, and also your precast concrete pools, also a very good option. In terms of flexibility, your concrete precast pools, they're very heavy. They tend to need a lot bigger crane, which increases your cost, and they're flat bottom and they tend to be quite narrow. But if that's what works for you, brilliant. But if you're looking for something different, then buttressing an existing model fiberglass pool is definitely the way to go. And there's no limitation on the size of the pool that you can buttress, whether it's a 4.5 meter pool or it's a 7 meter pool. It's completely up to you. So there you have it. That's how you buttress a fiberglass pool and you get it out of the ground. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, if you've got any suggestions on other video topics that you'd like us to create, please let us know. Please like and subscribe and tell your mates about the channel. It really helps us out and gets the word out there to other DIY pool legends like yourselves. And good luck with your installation. See you for the next one.